That's what you know when the video starts when you do that. All right. Welcome to this episode of Unpack Reboot, and we have a heck of a show for you today. Channel or show? I always forget. Show. You'll like it. Why am I standing so close to the camera? You're probably wondering. Well, it's because we don't have special effects, and I am trying to block out something behind me with my big dome. Wow. Ow. Why are you hitting me? We're back with another episode of Unpack Reboot. Right?
I believe so.
We are here.
Yeah.
We've been here forever.
We're winners.
Yes, we are. Winning. Thought we would bring you something kind of cool. It is at the arcades like Dave & Buster's, Chuck E. Cheese. And now this is supposedly the home version, the only home version of this. What machine gives you the highest hopes? And you keep popping quarters in, and you tend not to win much. Or if you do, you don't win the money.
But the ones that tricked you the most
is the coin pusher.
The coins always are right there on the ledge.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter how much money you drop in that thing, they're not falling over.
They're not. And they stack up, and they stack up. And then finally, you hit, and you get like 3 tickets.
Yeah. Since
back in the day,
you got the money.
Back in the day, when I was an old man, yeah, the money would fall out in the coin slot. But I guess from a business aspect,
well, that was deemed to be gambling.
That's true.
Because then it's like a slot machine.
So we're promoting home gambling today. Home gambling. Arcadro Coin Pusher 365. I want to say the 3,000, but it's the 365. Why?
Because the Coin Pusher 1 through 364 were registered already.
That's exactly right.
It was a Kickstarter. It was a very heavily delayed Kickstarter.
Aren't they all?
Pretty much.
The Coin Pusher itself, would you say it was reasonable?
I believe the Kickstarter was $6.99, and that came with 400 tokens. 3 months later, I got some bonus magnets.
Well,
yeah,
how lovely.
Yeah, I was highly confused when I had a little weird.
By the way, Carl in the warehouse, he forgot this, and we want you to have a good Kickstarter experience.
They were awesome. They were cool little things. Oh, and then there's like some poker chips that came with it too, with random numbers. Huh. Like there's like a 50, 25, so you can make your own game out of it.
The quality, it's you can see the metal, very durable. I wouldn't drop it or anything because I'm sure it'll dent, but
there aren't any security features. Your arcade coin pushers, you could push, tilt up, pull, dump coins out, and you set off a tilt sensor, which then doesn't count any of the coins that fall. That doesn't exist in this because it's a home device and not a commercial or actual arcade. So if you tilt it, the coins are all going to fall out the front. So then on the sides, you can see it's vinyl wrap graphics. I mean, I don't have an issue with the style. I think it's fun. It's very much what you'd expect out of an arcade. They
did a good job. It has the look of one, though. I could see, if it was full size at, again, Dave & Buster's or something, it would fit right in. I think the design with the neon kind of arrows and lights I think they nailed it.
Yeah, and then you got the plexiglass panel on the side, which the LED, it does have color LED lights inside that actually will, so it can shine through. So you'll actually have just a more attractive feature on the side to have the actual window instead of just a solid metal side. Is quite nice.
Dimension-wise, what would you say?
I think it's about 15 inches wide, about 18 inches deep, and then I think it's about 28 inches tall, somewhere in there. So, and that includes, I believe, the little 2-3 inch light up marquee on the top of the device, which also has a nice little backlit vinyl graphic. Solid, matches the sides. front side, you basically end up with, you have your standard, I don't know what you would call the actual part where all the coins pour out. It's not really
tray,
a coin slot,
like
the coin tray where the winning coins all fall out. You can put, I've seen people now, they've filled their machines with candy or something since you don't have the gambling fear, or they'll put little toys inside just to give some sort of actual
some incentive
to win.
Yeah.
And the other neat thing is you have the two side tray doors. So these are drawers that they pull out with the same key, but all coin pushers, whether you know it or not, there's a slit on top of the tray where it's actually considered house money. So whenever you see all those coins fall over the ledge to that next part, and you're like, oh, that's definitely knocking them over the lip, about half your coins are actually dumping into the sides, into those side buckets.
Nice.
For house money.
I actually didn't know that.
So that's why those coin pushers always get you. Because you think you're about to win a bunch, and then if you watch closely, there's all of them have a slit on the side, and they just all dump on the side. And on the back, to randomize it a little more, it's like a little Plinko board. So, you have the 3 slots, you drop it in one of the sides, but it very well can bounce all the way to the opposite side just to add a little more. I mean, I wouldn't say a little more, really a lot more randomness to it, because I personally like that more, just because otherwise, I mean, if you didn't have some sense of randomness, I mean, it'd be...
Oh, absolutely.
You'd
the sweet spot.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that it has 3 coin slots. They could have easily, just put one on a home device. And the fact that you can hit it from, 3 different areas, I think adds an element to it, too. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, for sure. Dump multiple coins in at the same time.
Or if you have a friend.
Well, the tray smoothly slides in and out like any other coin pusher, and it's pretty quiet. It's not a motor that you can hear it if you're paying attention to it, but if there's any other sound in the room at all, you're not going to hear. I will start with one of the cons.
Okay. I'm in.
So the machine does show up to you pre-built, which sounds very much like a pro. However, since these machines are heavy, they get beat up in shipping, and they are solid metal. So mine actually, all 3 coin slots, the metal was actually underneath the plexi. So I had to pop out all 3 coin slots, put them back in.
Wow.
And then the tray where the coins fall down into the middle is actually knocked loose. And the way the coin pusher is built, it is very difficult to get back to those nuts and screws to secure it back to the sides. Like, there's not much room to work with. So it's great that it's pre-built, but then when shipping knocked something loose that wasn't supposed to be there, it's not really set up unless you have small tools to make up for the space.
I'm going to go with, when I would drop the coins, quite often they would drop, hit the shelf, and just stand there until the tray of coins just, kind of knocked it off its side, and then it was in play. So it almost took an extra turn to knock it into play. Not the end of the world, not a game changer in terms of what, having fun, but I wish it would almost just bounced hard enough to kick it on into the tray.
And I will say, because of the way it does that, I've had it twice now actually knock a coin underneath the sliding thing. So now I have a coin, if you look closely, that slides with it. Another con, adjustable difficulty lip. If it is not perfectly level, you will actually, like, I thought it was level at one point in time. I was sending half of my coins into one of those side pockets.
Into the black hole.
Right. And to really realize it.
And I kept the key to it.
Yeah. And you got to run probably 50 coins to even figure out. Like, at first I was like, this is awesome. I made it more difficult. You're only winning like 15% of the time. And then you were never winning on the left side of the machine. It would never dump coins over. And that was because it was slightly off. Mm-hmm. So right now it has 3 screws. I kind of wish there was some way that,
That's what we call the house advantage.
yeah, if you play on the right side, you were just done. So I do wish there was some way that you knew it was level, and you can also potentially put it too high to where unless you really have a ton of coins stacked up, the coins won't even cross it. They'll just all go into the side pockets.
It's a pro, but the look of it's great. Even the marquee lights up. But when I first saw it, and I even asked him, I said, "Does it not play some kind of music?" Like, not saying they're supposed to. It just, the lights are on, the tray's moving, you're dropping coins. I just thought it would have some kind of tune, or even sound effect when a coin would fall off the shelf into the pit, not where he loads them on the right side, but kind of effect, some kind of carnival, or like I said, music.
Overall, though, I feel like my cons were small, nitpicky. They might sound like they're a little bigger, but to me, they're very nitpicky. The pros, I mean, I'll start. The biggest one is just fun factor and ease of use. Every single person that I've had, they just instantly are drawn to it and start playing it. Like you can see, there's other options, but that one is the most simple gameplay of any game you'd ever play.
Yeah, it's the only one that puts out counterfeit money.
Yeah, it's an immediate attention getter. Everybody just sits on it, even though there's literally no point to playing. Like, you're not going to win something. For what it is, the fun factor, easy to play, it's probably got the most use out of any of the machines I have.
That was a good thing, right?
Yeah, that's amazing.
That was a great thing. All right, my pro, kind of in line with what he said. Hey, it's a home device. I'm all for anything you can take out of the arcade and throw in your house. I mean, it's fun to go to those places, but when you can't, the next best option is bring it to you. Size-wise, it's perfect. It's big, but you can put it on a shelf still. Claim it's one of a kind. No other company's made anything like it, and it is fun. It's a good time, and it's a good replica of the real thing.
It is a metal device. It's not made of particle board,
right,
or any other cheaper material. So it's probably one of the better built engineered devices for a home arcade that I've seen. Most of them are the cheap plywood. Really not many issues you can have with it.
Yeah.
I think I've had a coin jam in it once.
And when that happens, you don't get it.
No, you just don't get to play my game ever again.
You get to go home.
Yeah, you're done.
As usual.
Do you want to unpack it or reboot it?
I am definitely going to unpack it. Like I said, it's a cool machine. And he's right. When I first came up here, it was probably the first thing I went to as well. And I like shiny lights and stuff.
I have to say unpack as well. It's probably the most played device I own, and that's saying something for something that the gameplay is literally half a second. You're dropping a coin, and then you're technically...
It's the fastest way to lose money up here.
Yeah, only if people brought their own money. But no, unpack for sure, 100%. It's a great machine.
We'll see you next time.
And like this video and subscribe to our channel.
And do that. Do that. Please subscribe. Tell your friends.
So then we can make multiple videos.
At the same time.
It'll be amazing. The multiverse of Unpack Reboot.